Now, we live in a universe that is 92 billion light years across. I mean, that's huge. That's immense. And then, within that universe, there are more than 100 billion galaxies. And amongst those galaxies, there are maybe 1 sextillion or 70 sextillion, depending on whom you talk to, stars. I mean, I don't even know what a sextillion is. It's a number so big, so big, so big that is probably made up. I mean, it's Scrooge McDuck school of numbers here. And so this leaves the fabulous question: where the hell does that place us? What are we in all of this? And and the amazing thing is that all of this began in a matter of seconds, a fraction of a second actually. So in the universal scheme, in the universal scale of things, pretty much the very big and the very small become absolutely meaningless. There is no difference between them. And so I really wonder, where does that leave us? And where are we going? Uh, and are we going anywhere? Now, the following story is my own personal, or at least one of my own personal answers for that. I called it Stardusting, and I do hope you enjoy it. It was a normal day on a small planet that often went unnoticed to interstellar travelers. It was just a tiny ball that went around a small sun without any particular remarkable features, except the overwhelming amount of water it possessed. Ironically, the inhabitants of that blue sphere had decided that a good name for it would be Earth. It just went to show that they might have had many redeeming features, but common sense wasn't one of them. Still, as it was said before, the planet went on spinning without caring very much about what it was called. A small sun, in its turn, surrounded by 7 other planets and an icy rock with a funny shape, was located in an outer spiral arm of a very fetching galaxy known as the Milky Way. Why this was so, no one knew, but no one cared too much. At the center of the galaxy was an enormous black hole, swallowing planets and stars, every moment eating away the very fabric of existence. But, as it would be still quite a while till it finished its stellar meal, no one was too worried about that too, particularly in the tiny blue planet. It was none of their business. Anyway, a funny thing about the Milky Way was that seen from afar, it wasn't much more than a mere galaxy next to thousands of others. Some of them far more pleasing to anyone with an artistic eye, full of interesting colors and challenging shapes. The Milky Way was just a spiral. As far as galaxies went, it was not too bad, but nothing too brilliant. Changing the perspective a bit, you could see none of these galaxies was bigger than a grain of dust. Together, they were the universe. This universe was big, rather big in fact. But seen from where we were then, it looked amazingly like a thin layer of dust. In fact, stepping a bit further back would let us see a room with lots of shelves filled with dust. Tragically, it was spring. And this would be the end of the story, if it was not for the fact that the perfect housewife herself was inside a room atop a building, somewhere in a city, located in some landmass of of a very small watery planet spinning around the cute yellow sun.